How's it going, everybody? This is Eddie, and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. So, got some stuff to show you today. Obviously, you see some new things over here. But first, to give you an idea of where we are, though, we got the reed farm, or not the reed farm, just the reed walkway over there, and the branch mines over there. Right over this little mound here is right behind it is the snow farm, so the house is off in that direction. And I've done some work, but I want to show you something first. Wow, check this out. Pretty big. I kind of want to go inside and like ender pearl down and ender pearl back up. I'm not sure if it's going to go well, so we will find out. And it keeps going. Pretty cool. And we got an abandoned mine shaft here. So yeah, that looks awesome. Just thought it was a huge... Ooh-hoo! Armor. Can't touch me. Alright, so I'm just gonna see if I can... Aw, damn. Try again. It go backwards? How does it go backwards? Guess I need to get a little higher. Hey, oh, no. That was a bad idea. I think I have feather falling. Yeah, I do. Okay. Wow, okay, this isn't going well. Finally. Okay, so now let's take a look at what I've done. We need to go back to the house for a second. You know, there's dogs everywhere around my house, but I've never tamed any. But, yeah, so we need to go and get something. It's not done yet. Oh, you know what? We don't actually need to go get it. I'm sorry. Never mind. I remember that's not ready yet. As I was saying, it's... Whoa! That was weird. Food. 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 Gonna need food. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll just make... Oh boy. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, anyways, let me reposition myself so you can probably hear me a little bit better in general. Anyways, okay, let's just get melons, because it's here. Now, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you can push melons with pistons, so I could technically make, like, a little piston door out of melons so that we wouldn't have zombies breaking down this door, but I don't know what causes a zombie to break down a door. I don't know if it just breaks down all the doors that's within range of, or what, but, my guess that it probably has no need to break down a door, because that's just not how they do it. They don't just break it to break it. They probably break it when you're inside it, or if the villager's inside it. So yeah. Alright, so now let's go see what I've done. Basically, I had this planned for basically all of our future projects, for what we're going to do, and the way it's going to be structured for the most part. Obviously, we don't have to necessarily stick to this always. If you sprint and jump off a one height gap, no, okay, I thought I was taking fall damage. I'm not. But, so as you can see, there's a little road here. I've been doing this for a couple of episodes now, but I haven't included it in any episodes, I don't think. So I've been doing this road here, and this still needs a lot of terraforming to be done, and, like, obviously this looks a little strange, this part of the pathway, and basically I spent a lot of time digging out a lot of land, and then we reach this straightaway part, and I just cut out this portion of the wall, or the mountain, and this is going to be like a little street with like a street side, like, you know, things that are next to streets, like for instance are two buildings that I have already built. Now I'm a musical person. When I was in 4th grade I started playing the trumpet, and then when I started in high school I started playing the tuba, which is just a lot of people sometimes get all the brass instrument confused. The trumpet's the one that's pretty small. It's got the 3 buttons on top, or valves as you call them, and then the trombone is the one with the slidey, you know, blah, whoop, you know, I'm doing the hand motion, of course you can't see my hand motion, but it's the one with the sliding tube, and then the tuba is just the giant one, a variation on the tuba. It's the same instrument, a different shape, is called the sousaphone, and that's the one you see in parades that wraps around your shoulder, which I played all through high school in my school marching band. Yes, I'm a band geek. So since 4th grade is what I was trying to say, is that there's always been music, and then I also do, generally if you see me make an intro, I made the music electronically using Fruity Loop Studio in the background, and so basically what I did was I came up with this idea for maybe using this, which is a note block, as a pattern, as like those boards that you put on the walls of either small performance areas or for whatever that kind of dampen the sound, and I kind of checkered it, and I thought the color of the wood looked great with jungle wood, so that's what this is. And then this is your microphone here on a little stand. If only the redstone torches had a darker handle, I don't know, stick part of it, I don't know, but this looked, I mean, the options are like basically that, and this looked like it was a rounder head, like a microphone, so I thought it fit better like that. And let's put some torches in there. So this is like a little recording area, and then that's like, I don't know, you just push it, you get some of the note blocks to work, and then next to it is the room that would be like if the performer is going to be in here, the producer is going to be back here. This is the like couch for the producer to sit on, and it's a dark room, but like I said, it needs to be lighter. I always like putting torches over the door for some reason. I don't like that. Let's just put them like up here, I guess. I don't know. And then this lever here. So then this is like the mixer. Like this would be, if you know what it is, then you'll probably get that this would be all the different, I don't know what you call them really. I'm kind of an amateur in this kind of stuff, but you know, this would be your low frequencies all the way up to your high frequencies. You got your mid-range in here, and you can like adjust it. So you want more bass, you take the little knob, you slide it up. You want, you know, or maybe this one's plugged into the microphone, this one's plugged into the note blocks, this one's plugged into, you know, you adjust the volumes on each. There's mixtures of all sorts of things, but it's just 2 rails, obviously, put next to each other to get that kind of vertical stripe pattern. And this here would be the microphone. I think about movies and TV shows and stuff when you have someone singing or whatever in there, and then the guy, the record label guy, leans into the microphone on the desk and says, "Yeah, could you do it again with, you know, a little less or a little more triangle," or you know, if you get the reference, that kind of a thing. And then this button is just for a light, and I had this silly image of like, you know, 3 people sitting up here, like, and then when someone says no, you didn't pass, you know, your singing's terrible or whatever, you push the light and it tells them to go back, and ideally there'd be like a buzzer to go along with it. But these look pretty plain and they don't stick out. Well, I'm gonna wait for the 1.4 stairs to join these to the wall on either side. But, oh, that's unfortunate. I don't have any bed supplies. Anyways, but what I want to do today is something a little silly. I don't usually do this kind of thing. I want to do pixel art of a record. and I want it to be right above here, embedded into the wall above this as kind of like a neon sign. And I might include the random timer that I did a tutorial on a long time ago using fire and stuff like that. Fire on top of crafting tables or chests or something. And then what I might do with that is I might put like a border around what we do the pixel art of, and then have the lights I could have the lights rotate in like a clock type of manner, but that would take up a lot of, that would probably cause lag after it being loaded for a while. So I just want it to be a little random timer and have there be two possibilities, and then have it just randomly flick back and forth each one. But that's going to be hard, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do this in creative mode first and get back to you in a creative flat world in the other world, and get back to you on this world once I've actually built it here. Or you know, my first draft might be recorded in the creative world. So I don't like doing that because that kind of takes away from the point of a let's play. You want to just watch me do these projects in creative mode rather than deal with the whole let's play thing. But so I try to keep that on to a limit, the amount that I switch back and forth, but this time I feel it will probably be necessary. So let me go work on this, and you'll get a better idea of what I'm talking about after I've done a little bit of work. Alright guys, so we're in the creative world. I'm actually not going to have time to add the what I want to build into the let's play world tonight, so I'm just going to go over it here, and then you'll just see it when I see it. And so yeah, so sorry for doing it that way, but for time reasons that's how it has to be. So this is what I built. This is my best freehand pixel art estimation, or you know, just using the blocks I thought were right, of my favorite record, which is, what is it called? Stall is the white one. I forget the name of the black one, but it's the one that's kind of jazzy. We could actually play it, now that I think about it, and now I could find out right here. Oh no, it is Stall. What's the light one? Oh, Strad, right. Yeah. Which one ups the volume? Alright, hold on. I didn't make it any louder. That did. We'll play it like this. Okay, so okay. So this is a 1-to-1 scale with the ratio. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so we can turn it down now. It'll stay loud. So yeah, that's too big. We're not gonna put that on the wall of the mountain there, because the mountain would need to be bigger. So then I built a smaller version, put emeralds in the middle, so it's no longer Stall. Yep, Stall and Strat. I'm getting them mixed up now. And so this is a smaller version. It's no longer, but I think it looks good. And you'll notice I have the redstone lamps here, which are hooked up right over here. So as you can see, every other is lit up, and when I flick the lever, I can't get the timing right. Where there's not the space that I had, it would, and the way that I wired it, some of them have to come after some others, which is fine. It's not terrible. Oh, I have had the worst cold forever. But anyways, yeah. So that's that. So now I just want to hook it up to the random timer that I made. So let's see something crazy. I always use this block. I like it. So, first things first. Oh, my goodness, I'm sorry, I know it's gross. So let's disconnect it from the lever. It's good enough. Now, first things first, what do we have here? This is my random timer, sort of. What it does basically is this is a button switch here, so if we add blocks, it's gonna pulse. So it's on, it's gonna be off, then back on, off, and back on every time there's a block update, which includes fire. So crafting tables and maybe chests, but I know crafting tables and note blocks at least have the ability to catch fire, but they don't have the ability to burn up and be destroyed by fire. So that's what's going on here. This lava around here is every now and then at a random point catching fire to the crafting table, which is adding a fire block, I believe, on top of the crafting table, which triggers the bud switch. So that's going to send out the pulse, but we don't want that kind of a pulse. We want a pulse that is going to be on and off. On, basically with this input, on sets it to 1, and then off sets it to another one. So what we want is we want a monostable circuit. I don't know, sometimes I mix up the names. I believe a monostable circuit is what we're looking for though. So this is how you build one. It's just, I've built them many times before, and basically what's gonna happen here, what's gonna happen here is this is gonna trigger, hopefully soon. I haven't seen it do it in a while. I'm trying to sniffle away from my mic, I'm sorry. Come on, burn. There we go. And it's gonna switch. So you see the blocks on the left here. Fire goes out, blocks on the right. Fire comes back, blocks on the left. And when the, let's put that fire out for a second. When the block is over to the left, it's over to the right now. When it's over to the left, it's going to be over this redstone torch, which means that it's going to be powered. And when that block gets powered, it's going to power all the redstone next to it, including these right here. It leads conveniently straight into our input. So now we should be getting it to work now. Now I'm not sure how lava affects the timing of this thing. I've never tested that, but I wonder if it would make sense to have more lava equal more of a chance of, you probably don't, the corner ones or something. More lava equal more of a chance of the crafting table catching on fire quicker. As far as the time it takes for the crafting table to be put out, that's going to be the same no matter what, because fire's fire. So I haven't seen it catch fire yet, but I know it happens. It's just oh, there it goes. So now while this is going, I will explain briefly how I wired this up. So there's 3 different areas really. Well, I guess 4. The top, the sides, either side, and then the bottom. So we'll go over each one of those individually, but the sides are symmetrical, so we don't need to go over 2 of those. Okay, so here we go. We got the first one here, which is the bottom one. That's where I started, so that could be simple. Just wire the thing, and then we'll have to alternate from there, right? Okay, so wired. Perfect. Straight through the block. That's good. Okay. Next, we have the one to the left and to the right of it. Those need to be opposite of it because we're going every other. So on either side of the block, I just put a torch, which would invert the signal. So right now the signal's off. The torches can stay on. When this block is powered by the repeater, then the torches go off. So that just wires straight up here. One thing I could do to kind of fix some of the timing issues is that, so that, because this torch will add a 1 tick delay, so then that will add a 1 tick delay right there, and we'll get this effect here where these three are switched at the same time. But then from that branch, I also go off to the sides with that torch, so it just continues up here. Now the next one needs to be the opposite, so it needs to be, when the input's off, the output needs to be off again. So this redstone dust is pointing at this block, which powers it, which will turn off this torch, and then this torch will not be powering this block, which will allow it to turn on. And when that torch is on, this block is powered, which will power the lamp. So it's a bit of a just flipping back and forth. So, you know, here's our input signal. We invert it again, we invert again, we get up there. So that's how these two blocks work. Same thing on the other side, symmetrical that way, as I said. But now we'll go over the top. So that was just fiddling with it. I mean, one thing I tried to do when I first tried to tackle this was I tried to make a different, you call them a bus, I suppose, but like a different wire heading to each lamp, and then to group the wires every other. So in other words, I'd have like, to show you on the model here, I'd have like a dirt trail from this one and this one that would link up. Obviously this would be rotated the other way around, and then I'd have a wire from this one and this one, and I'd link them up somewhere else. But spatially it just wasn't gonna work, because you know, you had to do this, and then, you know, you gotta make sure everything, it just was gonna be a quagmire. So I basically decided to then try to do a couple of different ways where what my goal would be to start here and then invert the signal, and then invert the signal, and then invert the signal again, and then invert the signal again, and kind of loop it around that way, since that was exactly the pattern that I needed. But of course I had to kind of take a mesh of those two ideas here, by taking a couple different starting points, top, bottom, and either side, and then kind of looping around from there individually. So start at this one, or I guess really you start here at the bottom, and then we looped all the way around up to here, and we looped all the way around up to here, but then the top needed to be different. So just did a little vertical redstone, and it matched up perfectly with the middle one, and then you just needed to invert it again. So just on that block right there, you see the second block over, or yeah, you know, just put some torches on there and wired up the other two, and the torch similar to this beginning block down here. So that's that. It's fully operational now, and if we stood here, we could see it randomly change at times. Now, I'm not certain on what I want in the middle there. Might just I think what I'm gonna do, you know what we could do, maybe potentially, we'll see if this works, if it looks good. No, I liked the emptiness bit more. I was gonna say we could just wire that up so that it would be on one of the cycles, but no. I liked the glass, but I didn't like how you could see through it, really. I liked how you could see through the record hole. I didn't like how you could see the wiring through the record hole, so we might just have to block that up then with something else, maybe like that or something. I don't know, is that, no, then it connects to the back wall, so I guess you could do that. I don't know if that looks terrible or what. That's not too bad. I don't know. We'll see. That's a minor detail. I'm kind of just stalling to have this thing change. It's not changing though. But that's good, because that means it won't cause too much lag. Now, no. Yeah, so that's basically it. I know that this does work. It's just slow right now. Sometimes it's been faster. Another way that no, you can't do it like that. You know, there's the randomness of the chickens. I could put two pressure plates, one pressure plate wiring up to the one lights, one pressure plate wiring up to the other lights, and then put a chicken in between them, and then the chicken would walk from one to the other. A couple different ways you could do that, but works with snow golems too. They're quieter, but they're bigger, so you need more space. But I like this right here. It just seems, I don't know, you're never going to need to replace anything in here. It's just going to keep going. So yeah, but force a demonstration here at the very end. I could just do this. So that's going to be the flashy sign that we put up there. And yeah, so that will be good, I think. It might be a bit large, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. It's gonna take a while to do, just because it's a lot of vertical climbing and stuff like that. And I also just need to straight up get the materials for this wool and do a little squid hunting, since I don't have a sheep farm, which I could add to our project wall, but I find sheep farms are a little dumb once you have a spider farm, because you already got the wool, and then now the cocoa beans are farmable. What dye are you ever really in need of besides maybe lapis, but I've got plenty. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please show some kind of support. Really appreciate it, and look forward to this being in the Let's Play above our 2 stores, and we'll be filling out some more stores to put in there, or not necessarily stores, but oh, it lit, so it changed, and we just missed it. I can't really hear the piston from here. If you have any other ideas for buildings to add, or you know, maybe you have a cool idea for a little table or something like that that would be useful in the design, show me, tell me about it. Love to hear those kind of things. And yeah, so for the end here, I have a bit of an announcement. So you can probably tell. Well, so first of all, you probably tell that the channel's name is Rob and Eddie, but I'm Eddie, and Rob's my brother, and he's not in too many videos, but I also do the editing for all our videos and the YouTube management. So you can also tell on the YouTube account, it says I'm 18 years old. That's how old I am. And well, I'm moving into my freshman year of college, and that's a big transition. So I probably won't have the time or the energy or the ability to record too many videos in the coming, possibly the coming weeks. If I would like to believe that I'd be able to get a few out, but yay, it changed, okay, but not too many. So don't expect too many videos from the Let's Play, unfortunately, until I really get settled into that life and get my free time in order, which I should have plenty of. It's just a matter of really settling in and figuring out, when I'm gonna be off with friends and when my friends are in class and I have time to do this. So be patient with me, I guess what I'm saying. Like, I tried to upload once a day. It's not gonna happen is what I'm saying, so I'm sorry, but bear with me on that, and I'll be back with you as soon as I can, because I really enjoy this. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.